All right. So, anybody know what a timesheet is? It's what? No idea? Where you clock in and out? Yes. But these are both situations where you clock in and out of a job. So the question is, what's the difference between the two? What is a timesheet versus a time clock or a time card? Yeah?
I think the timesheet is where you put your name and then you put in and then when you get out.
Mm-hmm.
The clock would be when you have work card, when you scan it in.
Yes. So this is like your time at work is recorded by yourself. It's not so much about trusting people, it's usually about company policy. And this is also usually an hourly thing. So like if you're an hourly worker rather than a salary worker. For example, at the high school, the salary teachers are just expected to show up at a certain time and expected to leave at a certain time. They have to be here like this amount of time minimum. And but if you're like a para working here, you get paid on an hourly basis, depending on how much they need you that week. And so then they keep track of their own hours and turn them in and get paid that way. Some businesses will make you do a time clock or a time card. This is like punching in and out. Where you have like either something that you scan. So scan a card that records when you arrive and leave. Can you guys tell me why do you think that they wouldn't want a teacher to do a timesheet? Camden.
Then they might count like time at home.
Yeah, they might be like, you know, tonight I spent an hour grading papers and then I spent 2 hours planning my lessons, so I guess you can pay me for that too. Yeah, like no. Salary workers, they work until the job is done, and hourly workers are the ones that are paid exactly for the amount of time they work. Also, I was thinking about this last night, and I didn't tell you this yesterday. One important thing to denote about hourly versus salary is hourly is somewhat temporary. Not saying like it's a temporary job, but saying that your hours could change from week to week. Raise your hand if you've ever worked like a part-time job, like at Quick Trip or something, where you have maybe different hours at different times. Yep, and that might change week to week, right? Or when you're in school or when you're doing the summer, that's why it's an hourly position. A salary position does not change in that way. Also, for example, like, let's say that I was a plumber and I was going out to do a job. That is definitely an hourly pay, right? I would hope that I would never have to say, okay, I'm gonna need this plumber for the next year, so I'm gonna pay you $150,000 for the next year, and then you're gonna be at my house every single day until the job's done. I mean, that would be true if they were a contractor, right? And they were working on like developing like if they were putting in a whole apartment complex or something, and they really did need somebody for a year, then they might be salaried. But when it comes to temporary work, as in like somebody's coming to my house for 4 hours, that would be hourly, because it has to be. It's not gonna be a set fee usually. Okay, today we're going to talk about how time cards are figured out. Lincoln, you're in advertise? Okay. Do we have enough people for the stuff today? Okay. So, a business will either say, they're not allowed to say, they will either say that they're always going to round, they'll either do exact times, which is definitely true if you do like a scan card, or they'll round up or round down. They won't do both. And the reason for that is because then a business could start taking advantage of you. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, let's say that you showed up at 8:12. If your time card said that you showed up at 8, would that be a benefit to you or a disadvantage to you? It's a benefit because you're getting paid for 12 extra minutes, right? But what if they said it was 8:15 when you showed up? Then it's a disadvantage. You'd lose 3 minutes. Now, what they're going to do is they're just always going to round up or round down one way. So it would be like an advantage to you maybe in the morning, but a disadvantage in the evening, or vice versa, but it would kind of equal out. Most businesses these days do exact times, but some of them still round up and round down. It's good practice to give a try anyway. So we're going to round down to the nearest quarter of an hour. We're going to start with this one, Meyer. So the rounded time in, we're rounding down to 11 or 7 o'clock. And this one will be 3:15. Then we have to figure out how many hours they worked. So how do we do that? I mean, literally counting on your fingers is the way I do it, okay? And I'm a grown-up who teaches math class. So I literally go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 8 hours and 15 minutes. Why do you think I can't just subtract these? Right, because it's noon is 12 o'clock. If you wanted to do it in your head, you could also think, okay, 7 to noon is 5 hours, and then noon to 3:15 is 3 hours and 15 minutes, and add those two together. Why don't you try on your own the second one? Remember, even though it says right here, 7:54, which feels like we should round up to 8, we're still going down to 7:45. And what does this one go down to? 4:45. Okay, figure out in your head right now how much time that is. Yeah, military time really helps with this.